This rugby recap is brought to you by Specsavers. I'm Jennifer Sanasi, you're watching News 24 Live, and welcome to our weekly rugby recap brought to you by Specsaver. Today we're going to be talking about the Boks versus Wales. Now this was the first of two test matches. The two teams are going to be playing against each other, and the Boks absolutely annihilated Wales. Joining me in studio is Sport24 chief writer Rob. Rob, like I said, the Boks killed the Welsh on the weekend. Why don't you take me through some of the strengths you saw?
Well, I mean, anyone who saw the first half of that match would have thought that the Springboks were defending world champions. They played so well.
Wow.
It was they just played with a real sort of vibrancy, lots of adventure, which was great to see, because we all know that the Springboks are renowned for their physical forward play and so on. But the way they entered into a sort of an attacking mindset, an attacking spirit in the game was really fantastic. And of course, Willie Leroux was at the forefront of so many moves that led to tries. The Boks got the well, of course, in test matches you don't talk about the outside of tournaments, you don't talk about a bonus point try, but they got what would have been a 4-try bonus point situation before half time, which tells you how well they played, and that really demoralized Wales. Second half, to their credit, the Welsh did come back a little bit, started to get a bit of a foothold in the match, but never enough to actually threaten the Springbok supremacy. And the Boks ended up winning very comfortably, 38-16, and I think most South African fans would have taken a 22-point margin of victory. Because there had been some fears, and I'd been one of the people who'd been a little bit worried about the possibility that the Welsh, who'd got a good team on paper, might be very competitive in the first test and sort of catch the Boks a little bit by surprise. But that certainly didn't happen. So the Boks really, it was a show of great authority, I thought.
Now, did you see any weaknesses?
I suppose what they did do was they rectified a lot of the weaknesses that had been evident in the previous match against the World 15, where particularly in the scrums, the Springboks took a little bit of strain. And they obviously put in a lot of work with Peter de Villiers, the scrum coach, and with Heineke Meyer, the coach himself. During the week, there was a change at loosehead prop. Guthrie Steenkamp came in for Beast Mtawarira for a start for him. He doesn't start matches too often these days, Guthrie, but he put up a really good showing against Adam Jones, so much so that the Welsh had to actually substitute Jones in the first half, late in the first half, which is quite an unusual thing to do. And so the Boks actually rectified a lot of the mistakes that they'd had in the World 15 game. And that was really the game where they banished the rust, I think. And the good thing was that they really hit the ground running in Durban. So, you know, things generally look good. Perhaps in the second half you could say that they went off the boil a little bit. People might have thought if they got 4 tries in the first half, they might sort of get a hatful more in the second. But instead the Welsh got a bit of traction in the game, and the Springboks only added 1 further try. But I don't think that's too much of a concern. I think that the Boks are in a pretty good space.